Here are the 4 skills that you need to start earning $5,000 a month with AI automation or with an AI agency. I think there are a lot of misconceptions out there about what it takes to actually grow an AI agency and start a business and have clients and make money. So I wanted to talk about the 4 main things that I talk about in the Build Room, my community for AI automation, that will have actually allowed me to scale my agency to over $10,000 a month, reach 1,500 plus customers, and grow my social media following to over 70,000 followers. By the end of this video, you will have everything you need to start making money with AI automation today. So number 1, platform competency. What does this mean? Basically, this just means you understand how the tools work. I know this sounds really obvious, but I'm actually surprised at how many people have no idea how N8N works, how Make.com works, how to use Gumloop or any of these automation platforms. So in order for these tools to work for you, in order to be able to sell them to clients, you actually need to understand how they work, because what ends up happening is I think there's the misconception out there that because these are AI or they're automated, right, that these tools like just work out of the box. You can just package them up. You can turn to a client and you can say, hey, give me $10,000 and hand it over to them and it's just going to work. And I hate to break it to you, but that is not the case. These systems break all the time. I tell people that troubleshooting is like 90% of the job. So if you're not able to troubleshoot and solve problems on your own, you're going to have a really hard time finding clients and maintaining relationships. Maintaining relationships is by far the best way to make money. Once you start getting into retainer fees and maintenance fees and things like that, your automation agency will scale exponentially faster than if you're just selling one-off systems to clients. If you don't know how to fix the systems when they break, you're going to have a hard time maintaining the relationships and you're going to have a hard time, charging a retainer fee for them. And so understanding how the tools work is really, really important. Most often clients come to me and they say, hey, I really like what you've built, but I want it customized to me. I have my own tone of voice, or I have my own specific needs, or I have my own tools that I use, right? And if you don't know how to go into any of these automation workflows, like look at the different pieces, even if you're able to make the sale, you're actually not going to be able to deliver on what you've promised. Then you're going to disappoint your client. Word of mouth is going to be bad, and you're going to have to find new clients who don't know you, and you're going to just repeat the cycle. So first and foremost, like learn the platforms, learn how stuff works. There are so many free resources out there. There's tons of online tutorials. There are tons of communities out there. So just check the link in my bio if you want to get started with AI automation today, or just start exploring YouTube. Number 2, communication skills. I know this might sound boring, but I tell you, do not overlook this, right? Again, you're going to be reaching out to these clients, and before they actually agree to pay you anything, they're going to want to get on a call with you. You're going to need to be able to ask them questions about themselves. First about themselves to make them comfortable, right? So they're oh, this guy's cool. I vibe with this guy. I'm telling you, I have clients who reach out to me and they want to work with me simply because they like my vibe. I've literally had clients say, yeah, I liked your vibe, so I thought I should reach out. That is a win. You want that to go down for sure. So basically, understanding who they are, building a personal relationship is first, and then knowing how to ask questions about their business is second, right? Every client is coming to you because they think they want an automation built, but at the heart of it, they're actually trying to solve a problem. So your goal as the expert, and you should be an expert if you're pitching clients, is to understand how to ask questions to get to the heart of the problem. So really your client might say, I want a LinkedIn automation. And you're like, okay, that's great. But really, what are their goals? Do they want to be seen as an expert? Are they trying to get an engaged, following that's going to buy products for them? Do they want to just simply grow their numbers, right? What are the actual goals at this? And then at the end, in order to make the most money, you want to be able to ask the right questions, and you want to be in a position where you're actually not afraid to ask the hard questions, about their budget, about how their business runs. If you have a client who's hey, I want to create all these social media automations, and you're too afraid to ask, well, how much are you paying your social media team? You're going to have a hard time pricing your project, and you're likely going to underbid, because you're going to say, hey, I can make this for you for $2,000. But what if they're paying their social media team $10,000 a month, right? And if you're going to replace that entire team for the next year, right, you can easily charge them $50,000 a month. You're going to make a bunch of money. Your client's going to save a bunch of money. You're going to be seen as a smart business person, and everybody's going to walk away happy. So being able to communicate with your clients to build long-term lasting relationships and to ask the right questions is one of the most important skills that you can build. Number 3, content creation and visibility. I think a lot of people are afraid of this, and now is the best time to start creating content, because we are in this vibe marketing era. And I'm going to say this because it sounds weird, but literally the content you create does not matter. The only thing that matters is that you're creating it. We are in a volume game. The more content you can create, the more visibility you get. We are in the attention economy. So you want eyeballs on you. You want to be seen as an expert. And the reason that we harp on content so much in the Build Room is because I greatly prefer what's called inbound marketing versus outbound marketing. And so you see a lot of programs teaching you outbound marketing, which is basically going to a platform platform like Upwork and looking at job listings and applying for jobs. And we talk a little bit about that at first because it's a great way to get like reps in and get your skills in and kind of like build these first two things, right? Like understanding the platforms, learning how to talk to clients. Like it's super, super important. Like I won't knock any of that, right? But in the long term, I think it's going to leave you unfulfilled. The reason I say this is because I think a lot of people get into AI automation because they want to escape this 9 to 5 job. And like the reason we don't like our 9 to 5 jobs is because we find ourselves like working on projects that we don't really care about. And so if you're just going to like an outbound platform like Upwork, or you're kind of like looking for decision makers on LinkedIn and you're like, doing cold outreach or things like that, and you're kind of just like taking every job to get a paycheck, then you're kind of just in the same situation that you were at with your 9 to 5. And I think you're going to end up unhappy, and you're also going to end up burnt out, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be constantly looking for work while you're also working on projects on this side. So it's like basically like having two like full-time jobs, and I don't think we want that. And so for me, what content creation has allowed me to do is I do absolutely zero outbound research, and literally every single client I've gotten has come to me, right? And they're the people who say, I like your vibe, I want to work with you. They often have really cool projects that I'm actually interested in working on. They are like partners in it, right? They like are in the systems, they want to know how they work, they're genuinely really cool, and they also have the biggest budgets. So figure out what platform you're really comfortable at creating content on. Not everybody wants to like create a YouTube channel like this, or they're not comfortable putting their face on TikTok, although I highly recommend it because it builds credibility, it builds trust. And like I said, like no one really cares at the end of the day what you're creating. All that matters is that you're showing up and that you're visible. So I encourage everyone, pick up a camera, or at least start by getting behind the keyboard and creating content. Start posting somewhere to establish yourself as an expert in your field. Again, if you don't know where to get started, check the link in the description. I literally have word for word templates that you can use to get you started posting content and attracting the right clients for your business. Number 4, I'm going to put a big green box around this one. This is consistent execution. You need to show up every single day and you need to get to work. That doesn't mean, okay, you can't take breaks, but literally like creating content every single day, working on automations every day, leveling up your skills. Like your goal is to level up all 3 of these things every single day. The more reps that you get in, the more comfortable and confident that you'll get doing it. I see this a lot of time in other communities where people say, great, I've booked clients, but like I actually don't know if I can execute on that, or I'm uncomfortable having conversations with them. And that's just because like you don't have the experience to feel comfortable doing it, right? And the only way to get that as experience is by being comfortable with the uncomfortable and putting yourself in those situations by showing up every day and getting 1% better every single day. So show up every day, create content, build new automation workflows, like learn how to solve problems, learn where to look for problems, do a lot of like introspective work. There are a million ways you can show up every day, right? Introspective work is one of the things that I talk about a lot, which is like, take a look at yourself. Who are you? What type of projects do you want to work on? What does success look like for you? How much money do you want to make? How many clients do you want this month? How much time do you want to spend working on these things? Once you're able to identify those things, you're actually able to build a much more streamlined and optimized business that's focused on building the life that you want for yourself, right? So if you're able to show up every single day and get just a little bit better, I guarantee by the end of a year, you will be in a much, much better situation than you are at today. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Check the link in the description if you want to jump into the build room to join 350 other members learning how to build a personal brand, establish themselves as an expert, and grab all of my resources and AI workflows and all of that fun stuff. Then definitely check out this video up here, which is one of my personal best-selling automations, which is how to automate all of your LinkedIn content. I'll see you over there.